Late one night, in a laboratory, two scientists needed to find the population of the Earth.
But the population is always changing. What method of research is best to find that type of information?
There were so many ways to search. They could use books, the internet, even the phone. But which way would work the best? Asked one. We don't have time to try every method, said the other. That's when their friend Dave walked in, and suddenly they had an idea.
Poor old Dave was all alone, so scientists made him a clone. But they got carried away, and now there are too many days. Yeah.
Today's mission, find the best way to research dynamic information.
Dynamic means in motion.
Like the population of the Earth, it's in motion, always changing.
And each Dave will try a different method of research to find that population.
Exactly. One Dave researching on the internet, a Dave on the phone, and a Dave using books.
Yes, and a fourth Dave who walks around and counts everybody.
No.
Imagine it, Tina. Calculating the population by having a Dave go round the Earth and count everybody.
I don't think that'd work.
She's right, Mike. You should listen to her.
Well, how do you know?
Well, I'm just the world. I think I might know something. Jeez.
It would be the ultimate in field research.
Okay, Mike, there's a fourth counting Dave.
Yes!
And so they began. Internet Dave entered the World Wide Web.
Full of tons of information.
Right, so he used a search engine, which is a site used to search the internet. Excite, Yahoo, AltaVista, InfoSeek, and Lycos are examples of search engines.
So he types in world population.
Et voila!
Whoa! 24,015 different websites about population.
But not every site is reliable or has the information Dave needs. And that's what he found out when he visited Daisy Mae McCluskey's big ol' Earth population page, which basically said,
Howdy, I'm Daisy Mae McCluskey, and according to me, the population of the world is a whole lot.
see, using a reliable source is a trick to finding accurate information on the internet.
So rather than trust Daisy Mae's opinion, he finds an official website.
Like the U.S. Census Bureau, with pages of facts, graphs, and even a world population clock that tells the estimated population right this second.
Well, meanwhile, Counting Dave's doing great too. From coast to coast, he travels across the United States, leaving no stone unturned. His mission, nay, his life devoted to the prestige, the honor.
The boredom?
No, the glory of the count.
Whatever. Now, the Dave using the phone was having some trouble.
Should have counted.
No, he shouldn't have counted. It's just that the phone book didn't list an organization concerning world population. But he did find the number for the local library, which has a department called the Reference Library. Now, the Reference Librarian has access to all types of information through books and online sources.
Yes, this is the reference library. The population of the world? Yes, we can find it out for you.
Well, meanwhile, Counting Dave strives on, writing on yellow sticky notes to keep track of who he's counted.
What?
Yep, one sticky note per person.
Mike, there's no way you can't. Whatever. Now, Book Dave is using encyclopedias.
Ah, but population is dynamic, and encyclopedias may have been published years ago.
Right. Encyclopedias are good for information that doesn't continually change. Dave needs a book of current facts, like an almanac. An almanac contains numbers and statistics that are updated every year.
So using the index, Dave can find all sorts of pages relating to the population of the Earth.
The almanac gives Dave tons of graphs and data on his subject. He's able to find current estimates, future projections, and the population of each individual country. Let's see Counting Dave do that, Mike.
He's working on it, traveling across the world, visiting every city, traveling through every village, counting every little single...
He's losing count, isn't he?
Well, yeah. And the other Daves?
They're finished. So, Mike, what have we learned?
Well, if you're gonna research dynamic information, it looks like the internet is the best way to go because it's the most up-to-date.
That's right, but beware of false information from undependable sites.
Books are a close second. They're thorough and the most reliable.
But be careful of using old books for research on data that changes all the time. Use books like almanacs that are continually updated.
As for the phone, it's fast, but it's not very thorough, and the information is not always available.
You have to depend on someone else willing to take the time to help you.
And Counting Dave?
In some situations, doing field research yourself is best, But this task was way, way too big. Counting Dave came in sixth.
Sixth?
Yeah, just behind another Dave who guessed random numbers, and a Dave who sat in a corner with a noodle on his shoulder.
Noodle? Well, how's that work?
Not very well. Just remember, in this case we were seeking changing or dynamic information, which is best found on the internet. But each situation is different, so use the right tool for the job. Or the right Dave.
Well, I guess it's just all in a Dave's work.
Ha ha, very funny.
Really?
Now,
Watch Dave Coates find the best ways next time on Too Many Days.